And welcome to the Dominator with Billy and Bradley, your weekly stardom situm show, the best in the industry and one of the best shows here on Player Profiler, here to bring you the fantasy goodness for week number 13. It is lockdown lineup time. We've got 2 weeks until the playoffs, at least in most leagues. Billy, it is getting to that time where we need to make the most important decisions to get ourselves into the playoff berth. So much money is on the line. So much pride is on the line for these matchups, and we are here to bring it all to you through thick and thin. Billy is battling today, but he's here with us. Thanks for making it today, Billy.
That's a lot of alliteration to kick off the podcast there, Bradley. You got a little tongue twister going on. How you?
It was my birthday yesterday, so I'm hyped. I'm ready. We're ready to roll. Yeah, I feel just a little bit older. That's what Dairy Queen ice cream cake can do to you. It can bring out the best in you. It can also just be lingering in my fridge. So after we're done tonight, I'm going to be indulging in that leftover ice cream cake. So
what kind of ice cream cake was it?
Oh, it's the vanilla on top with the crunches and a little bit of, caramel or whatever, chocolate syrup goodness is in there, and then chocolate on the bottom. And then I don't know, it's all good. It is the best. So
that's actually great. Happy birthday, Bradley.
Oh, thank you. Billy's birthday is also coming up, y'all. So make sure you guys are sending him birthday gifts as well. He likes wine.
It's like a Cookie Monster, but wine.
The wine monster. Yes. Make sure you get Billy some wine here coming up for his birthday. All right. We're going to get into it. We've got a limited amount of time tonight. We are on a tight schedule. So let's get as many of these answered here in the next 27 minutes or so. The Dino Fontaine, shout out to you. Thanks for coming on. Would you play Achane over Watson, Rice, or McLaurin in PPR? Ooh, that's a tough one. Definitely over Watson. McLaurin, I like this week. I have McLaurin as wide receiver 16. I also like Rice, but he's down further in the ranks. I'm not starting Achane over Rice or McLaurin this week.
Yeah, he has the ability to outperform all of these guys, but could be on a snap count. We could see him, limited with them not wanting to rush him back into injury. We saw that happen last time he hit the field, immediately injured again. So I'd probably start Rice McLaurin over him. Although if you are needing like maybe 30 points or 20 points, I think you shoot for the upside with Achane. But if you want something a little bit more steady, I'd probably go with Rice or McLaurin.
All right, you heard it there. All right, sit three. We got to sit three. Billy, they're learning. The people are learning to say sit these multiple peeps. We've got lots of flex-worthy candidates. We're starting Kyron Williams this week, even in a tougher matchup.
Starting Nico Collins.
Starting Nico Collins. He's a top 15 wide receiver for me this week. Deontay Johnson, wide receiver 25 for me this week. I think I have him ahead of Connor. I think a tough one is, are we starting Cooper Kupp this week? Given the injuries, given that he's been wide receiver 80 or worse each of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was initially going to say Connor, Deontay Johnson, and Kupp. I'm sitting of this group. I wouldn't it's hard to sit Kupp, but he hasn't been good. He's been hurt. And when he's been on the field, he's seen less than 20% target share, where Puka's been seeing 27 to 28% of the target share on a week-to-week basis. So it's hard to sit your studs per se, but Kupp has not been a stud. I'm probably sitting him. If you wanted to sit, if you didn't feel comfortable sitting him, I would probably say from a floor standpoint, you could, still do Connor, Deontay, and then, pick or choose either Achane or Achane or a Kupp. I think that's where you got to pick between.
Yeah, Achane, Kupp, and probably Connor are my picks here, as tough as that is. Francisco Baltazar, 6-6. He's back into it. 5 yards rushing, PPR, starting Pollard, White, needs some wide receivers. So we've got Puka, Nico, Downs, P. Ryan, Durness, Royce, Wilson. Already gave a like. Appreciate it. Thank you, Francisco. Shout out to you. We're starting Puka. We're starting Nico. And the question is it Downs, P. Ryan, Durness, Freeman, Wilson. I think it's Downs.
Downs has been back. Now he's back from that knee injury. He saw over 30% target share. We can pretty consistently rely on him for 23, 24 plus. So Durness probably sees an expanded role, but still they're saying that Etienne's going to play. And so I don't think you can fully rely on Durness. Freeman is also splitting a backfield and is the B to Kyron. And then Wilson Jr., who knows what the role is going to be with Achane also in the field. So it's pretty easily Puka, Nico, Downs for me.
Agreed. Justin Boyd, pick 3. Okay, pretty much sit 2. So I think we sit Achane out of these, but then it's a question of we got to sit 1 of Breece, Waddle, David Montgomery, or DeAndre Swift.
Pick 3, half PPR, Breece, Waddle, DeMont, Swift, Achane. I mean, you could sit Breece, honestly. He hasn't been great. I think Waddle's a must start. Swift is a must start, and I'm probably starting DeMont.
Yes, I agree with you. I think you're definitely starting Waddle and Swift, and then whether it's DeMont or Breece Hall, David Montgomery more splitting evenly with Jahmyr Gibbs as of late, but Breece Hall always has that breakaway upside. Problem is Coach Saleh came out and said that he doesn't want Breece Hall hitting home runs. And that's a problem for a home run hitter. You don't want a home run hitter to be bunting or trying to just get singles. So in an offense where they need playmakers to make plays, and Breece Hall is one of them, you wonder if the coaches are going to put them in the best positions moving forward. I'm not confident with Saleh doing that. So Waddle, DeMont, and Swift, I would also lean. Evelyn Areka, shout out to you. Thanks for coming on from YouTube. Sit 1. We got to sit 1 of Mostert, Singletary, or Gibbs. It's probably Singletary.
Yeah, Pierce is back. Saw some snaps last week. Probably sees increase this week. I think we got to see how that shakes out. Gibbs is a top 5 running back rest of the season. Mostert's been pretty electric, even with Achane on the field. So I don't think you can sit Mostert. So sit Singletary.
Yeah, we're sitting Singletary. T. Higgins or Greg Dortch?
Oh man, what does 2023 become? It's just this is a real question though this week.
This is gross.
Man, I'm probably just starting T. I don't think I could live with myself if I put Dortch in my lineup over T and then T. Higgins put up like 20 points. So
right.
I'm just playing T. Higgins here.
Dortch at Pittsburgh, T. Higgins at Jacksonville. We anticipate that Cincinnati's going to have to throw a lot, and Joe Mixon only had 8 rushes last game, so the passing volume's probably going to be there for T. Higgins.
I have these guys less than 10 wide receiver spots apart, Bradley.
Yeah, so I have Higgins at 40 and Dortch at 48.
Yeah, it's close.
Ugh, gross. Yuck. Speaking of yuck, Durness Johnson, Tyler Algier, or Brevin Jordan. Holy guacamole.
It is tight end premium, so I might be rolling with Brevin Jordan here. We've seen Schultz with a 22% target share or more. This offense is one of the hottest offenses in football right now. I probably want to take a piece of that, so I'm going to go with Brevin Jordan here.
Jordan was a decent enough prospect. Unfortunately, he dropped in the draft a few years ago. I liked him. Problem is that they brought in Schultz, and Schultz had been operating as the veteran tight end, so Brevin Jordan looks like is going to be the guy. And Durness Johnson, I don't think if we hear that Etienne is actually going to miss before the 1:00 games, so be it. But he's trending to play. Yeah. He's trending to play. I think Durness is the play if we find out Etienne's out.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay, Dino Fontaine is trying to do some galaxy braining. Laporta, Jawan, or Taysom, tight end premium. Titans get 9 points for rushing touchdowns.
Oh, that changes things a little bit. Oh, man. That does change things slightly.
It's Taysom, I think.
Yeah, 9 points for a rushing touchdown is a lot of points. God, what kind of stupid shit is that? 9 points for a rushing touchdown? Just for tight ends? Like this is like a Taysom Truther league is what this is. They created this fucking league just for Taysom Hill. I think
Billy does not want any part of this. Billy's like, you couldn't pay him enough to get him in this league.
No, not at all. I think it has to be Taysom here. It was ridiculous.
All right, Mr. Smith. Thanks as always, fellas. 12 PPR, start 10, third flex spot. Have a choice of Reed, Jaden Reed, Elijah Moore, Hunter Henry, or Rondell. Leaning Elijah. There doesn't look like there's any tight end premium. We know what Flacco has done with Elijah Moore in the past. Is there any thoughts on this?
I think you have to go Reed. He's been pretty damn good and continues to score. And I think that I have him clearly ahead of all these guys.
Yeah, Jaden Reed is.
I'm assuming that's not King Henry, and I'm assuming that's Hunter Henry.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'm like, that's Derrick Henry. Then
we're starting the big dog. But Jaden Reed, I have it wide receiver 31 this week. Kansas City really tough against wide receivers, but Jaden Reed, if the Packers are going to be keeping up in this game, it's going to be because of Christian Watson winning down the field, and it's going to be because of Jaden Reed. Those are the two. Luke Musgrave is out. Aaron Jones is out. So the Packers have a consolidated target share, and it looks like Jaden Reed is a big part of that offense. So I think Jaden Reed as well. All right, happy week 13 from Richard. Full PPR, start Ford, Cup, or Kirk. I'm locked into the playoffs, but trying to beat my wife this week. So playing for pride.
Oh man, Cooper. Where do I have Cooper Cup this week?
I have Cup at wide receiver 20.
Week. Yeah, I'm at 18.
Kirk,
I have Kirk.
I have at 23.
Why does Kirk always pop up so high in my algorithm? Always. I have to always manually adjust him. Oh man, this one's tough. I just don't trust Cleveland this week with their quarterback situation.
Yeah, but Flacco's going to be dumping off to Ford a ton is the thing.
You could, definitely. Man, I kind of want to start Christian Kirk here.
Yeah, I think Kirk is the safer play. I have Ford at running back 24. I have Kirk at wide receiver 22 this week.
Dude, Kirk pops up in my wide receiver rankings as wide receiver 13 without me adjusting.
I think your hate for Calvin Ridley is still present.
Definitely could be part of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we still go Christian Kirk there. Richard says, Billy looking very handsome with the beard trim, by the way. Shout out to you, Richard. Start one. We're going Baker, Gardner, or Derek Carr.
Oh, look at that. That's probably Baker, I think. Let me check the rankings. Yeah, I got Baker. Baker ahead of both of them.
Oh, it's all coin flips at that point. I have Carr, Minshew, and Mayfield back to back to back.
Yeah, I just don't trust Carr without Olave, probably. No weapons, no Rashid Shaheed. I don't trust
Carr. If Carr gets Olave, I think that he is above them.
I think if Carr gets Olave, then he's with them. I think if he doesn't get him, he's probably quarterback 18 to 22.
Yeah. All right, Justin Vetter. Come on, why is it not loading for me? Click.
Hopkins or Hollywood. Yeah. Hopkins or Hollywood, it says. It's
Hopkins. I think so too. Then Jawan over Logan and McLaurin, tight end premium.
No, I'm going McLaurin.
Yeah, we got McLaurin for sure. And are we believing in Justin Herbert this week?
Sure, why not?
How can we though?
Yeah, I know it's been tough. He hasn't been playing that
well. Richard's wife is present. I love the spousal rivalry. I'm here for this. Speaking of spousal rivalry, my wife and I, we went, celebrate my birthday. It was yesterday. We celebrated today. We went axe throwing, Billy. And
it's fun. We do that too here.
It is a lot of fun. And there's a place not too far from our house, probably about 5-7 minutes away, that just opened up 6 months ago. And we went axe throwing. It was a lot of fun, just me and the wife. So shout out to Liz, getting it from the axe throwing. We got to sit two of Puka, Debo, Tank, Dell, Deontay Johnson, or Devin Singletary.
Singletary's sitting for sure. And then I think
Deontay.
And I think Deontay. Yeah, Puka's. I'm not Puka. Tank Dell is consistently inside the top 10 for me, and I think I think he's a top 10 receiver rest of the season right now.
Yes. Gunnar Boy, shout out to you. Pick 2, half PPR, Zach Moss and Warren and Achane. I think you're sitting Achane.
Oh, man. I'd probably go. I mean, Moss is probably guaranteed here. I think he's the one end. The question is between Achane or Warren. Warren's been really good.
It's
They're facing
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's Arizona. You have to play Warren, I think, then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get on to the other questions, a word from our sponsors.
All right, I want to take a moment today to talk to you about data analysis. The data analysis tool, we listen to the users. What do you want? What do you need? And we made it happen. We added popular reports like a fantasy scoring report, air yards report. And if you want to create a new report, but you don't necessarily want to look through every field, we have quick results. Hey, show me the most popular passing data. Show me the most popular rushing data, fantasy data. Done. And the thing just is much faster than it's ever been. And the report builder got a lot easier. I mean, check this out. We break it down into offense, defense. Show me just fantasy data elements. And then when you get results, hey, show me by draft year. Let's take a look at just certain players that played a certain number of snaps or a certain number of games last year. This is the tool that so many of you have been asking for, plus a bunch of dream features that Billy wanted and Cody wanted and I wanted and Dario wanted. So go to the fantasy tools section, click on data analysis, or go to playerprofiler.com/data-analysis.
That's right. The data analysis tool, very powerful on Player Profiler. Make sure you guys are getting it on there. Woo, okay. Let's keep her rolling. Billy, we've been at a good pace so far. We're going to keep it up. Our goal is to get in by 9:30. Monty versus New Orleans or Jamar Jacksonville. Full PPR.
Man, that's actually tough.
It is real tough because
let me check what I have points wise. That might be Chase. Let's see here. Chase, I have he's the PPR.
Full PPR, yeah.
13.13 in my projections, and then David Montgomery I have at 12.56. So, I guess slight lean Chase. Slight lean Chase for me if I go on off just projections.
Yeah, my PPR rankings on Fantasy Pros, I have Chase at 26, Monty at 48 for the flex rankings.
Yeah, it's about right.
So Chase over Monty. Mario Sanchez, hi guys. Couple questions. Do I start Olave or Downs?
I don't think Olave plays. He's not cleared yet still. He'd have to clear in the morning, right?
He's going to have to clear in the morning, but he is, quote unquote, trending to play.
If he's in, you have to play him. Yeah. If he's, yes. I mean, if it's out, then you know the answer. So there you go.
Yep. And then who's the better D this week? Atlanta or the Chargers?
I go Atlanta.
Yeah, we'll go Atlanta.
There's no Bosa.
Mr. Smith, P.S. Hope you had a great B-Day. Let's get some wins this weekend. Absolutely. Let's get it. Sit one, full PPR, Rachaad White, Javonte, Ramondre, or Warren. I think I'm
probably sitting Mondre.
Really? He's been crushing lately.
Yeah, I mean,
87 rushing yards and 5 targets each of the last 3 games.
Just they got Zappy in now. The offense is going through just woes. I maybe they lean on him again. I don't know. It's they're facing the Chargers, I guess. Yeah, it's a good matchup too. Warren's against Atlanta. You have to. Rachaad White, I mean, is arguably a top 5 running back right now. The amount of passing volume he's getting, and he's placing Carolina, who's also destroys on the ground. So you could argue Javonte then, I guess.
I have Javonte or Jalen Warren are the 2 at the bottom for me.
Yeah, I don't know if you could sit Jalen against Arizona, so it's Javonte, I think.
I think it is Javonte too. All right, there we go. Achane or Singletary? Ooh. Yikes.
Oh, I'm playing Achane. I'm just going upside here.
Yeah, I think that is the upside play in half PPR. Need to start to Connor, Achane, or Ford.
I'm starting Achane at Ford. Connor.
Yeah, Achane and Ford are above Connor in my rankings as well. All right. Pickett, Carr, Minshew, or Baker. Kind of answered this question earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, I still have Baker ahead of Pickett. Pickett just slightly behind him, so still Baker for me.
And then Blair asked, how about Brian Robinson? Is he over Achane?
I got him back to back to the rankings right now. I got Brian Robinson ahead of Achane this week, but it's literally neck to neck. So
yeah, I have Achane at 23 and Robinson 25. So very close. Very close. Why Brian Robinson over Achane? Well, Robinson has 2 number 1 overall weeks this year, and he gets Miami in what we expect to be a shootout, even though, Miami is usually pretty tough against running backs, but I mean, he's getting involved.
Volume. It's the volume play too. I mean, if you want a home run, you're going to play Achane, but if you want, the floor points, you're going to go Brian Robinson.
Yeah. Okay. Half PPR. Ayuk, Tank Dell, Zach Moss. Holy guacamole. We got to pick one wide receiver, a flex, and a tight end. The tight ends are Freiermuth or McBride. I'm still going McBride.
Yeah, McBride.
And then we got to pick one wide receiver of Ayuk, Tank Dell.
It's Tank Dell.
Really? I would go Ayuk, but.
Yeah, I got Tank Dell as wide receiver 8 this week.
I mean, they're close. It's very, very close up there at the top. It's against Philly. I have Ayuk at 9, Tank Dell at 11. And then are we flexing anyone else? I think you flex Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, you play Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, too. Yeah.
All right. Are we starting Stafford or Baker?
Baker.
Singletary or Deontay Johnson?
I go Deontay here.
It's Deontay.
Yeah.
Who?
Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay against Arizona. Browning or Stafford? I think we're going Stafford.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill or Brevin Jordan?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, we go in Taysom Hill for sure. Zach Morse or Breece Hall? I'm going Zach Moss this week.
I'm going probably go Moss this week as well. I can't believe I'm saying that shit. Oh my God.
Javonte, Warren, Reed, or Rice, half PPR.
I'm probably playing Warren.
Yeah, I think Warren is the play here.
Make an argument for Rice too, but I think Reed's the odd man out here. Javonte is getting touches, but you never know. He doesn't score touchdowns, so I think it's Warren.
He's due though. Maybe he gets a touchdown. Who knows? Thanks for the help. We need 3, so sitting one of these: Connor, Achane, Downs, or Puka. We're sitting Connor.
Yep.
Half PPR. If McBride can't go, wait, why wouldn't McBride go? Is he questionable?
He's been banged up this week. Yeah.
Okay. Brevin Jordan or Kyle Pitts?
I'd probably just gamble with with Pitts, put on my cloud nose, and do this dance again.
Depends on what you need. I think Pitts has the higher ceiling, but Brevin Jordan, he'll get the snaps maybe.
That's what the world's come to. No one trusts Pitts. They're asking if they start sit with Brevin Jordan.
Gross. Okay, we answered that one already. Okay. Full PPR. 2. Yep, you gotta choose 2. Mostert and Ridley. Zay Jones is playing. You got to start Calvin Ridley.
I'm fine with Mostert and Ridley. You can make an argument to go Ford as well over Ridley. I'd probably go Mostert and Ridley too.
Fair. Richard Jackson is he's bringing the heat today. And a lot of love. Not a question, but Bradley, if you're playing against Billy in any high stakes leagues, I'm happy to manage it.
He's beat me twice. He's beat me twice this year. I think I have 3 losses, and they're both to 2 of them are to Richard.
Yeah, I have the worst. I have the worst record in our listener league, and I've lost at least 3 games by less than 5 points.
Oh man, that sucks.
It's been terrible. Yeah, it's been terrible. Like I've lost 1 game by less than a point. Shake my head.
That's painful.
Ridley or Dell? I think Tank Dell this week still.
Tank Dell.
As much as we love I love Ridley. Billy, I don't think he'll ever say that he loves Calvin Ridley, but Tank Dell is our answer here. Wife again, Richard's wife jumping in. Forgot I have Mixon also. Debo or Mixon? We're going Debo.
Go Debo.
Yeah. How much weight do you put on strength of schedule? Looking at playoffs, I've started to trade for guys like Evans, Sutton, Keenan for home runs and selling Kirk and Monty. I mean, yeah, if they're similar tier guys, that's where strength of schedule can be a tiebreaker for you.
Yeah. I never really like trading a running back without getting one back, though. It's kind of like my rule of thumb with trading, just because you can go from being well stocked at running back to understocked in a hurry. In 1 week, you could lose 2 backs. The next thing you know, you don't have a running back. So I don't love the trade, but Keenan Allen is, when he's healthy and he's on the field, he's probably a top 5 receiver every single week, getting 35% target shares. So I'd say, yes, I'd trade up if I can, but I'd be hesitant to get rid of Monty.
All right. Any sneaky dudes to try and get for the fantasy playoffs? Let me throw a deep cut tight end y'all's way. Greg Dulcich on IR, should be activated here soon. Adam Troutman's not been an answer, and he gets some good tight end matchups. He may be on waiver wires, or maybe you've stashed him on IR. He'll be an interesting ad when he gets activated off of IR.
That's a good one. You know who my sneaky tight end is, Bradley? I'll match your sneaky tight end.
Okay, I'm here for this.
Will Mallory.
Ooh, yes.
He's starting to see an increased role. I think he could see near 10% target share this week. He's starting to see more and more and more. And so I think they're starting to get the rookie involved.
I'm here for all of this. Let's go deep tight end cuts. Franz, 2-2, Zay Jones or Trey Palmer. Who's the odd man out?
What's the official word on? I'm just in bed most of the day today, not feeling well. But who's the official word on Godwin? Do we know anything yet?
He's still officially questionable. Game time decision. Last I heard.
If he doesn't play, I think the answer is Palmer here pretty easily. So I'd be watching this like a hawk, but I might even just lean Palmer over these guys just because you might see an increased workload.
Palmer and then either Zay Jones or Tutu. Just need 2 of them.
Oh, you need 2. Probably Zay.
Zay. As I like to say, it's better to Zay too much than not Zay what you need to Zay.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. Dr. Seuss in the house.
Love you guys. Thanks for all the help. Shout out to you, Richard, and your wife. Best of luck to one of you. I'm not going to tell you which one.
Richard, I hope you lose this week in Listener League, Richard.
Khalil Shakir, where the stash through the bye, or would you drop him for D'Ernest Johnson?
I'd probably drop him for D'Ernest.
Yeah, you got to pick up. D'Ernest has had 14 carries over the last 2 weeks, even with ETN in. So if ETN is limited or is out for Monday, which he is trending to play, but we are monitoring this situation closely because D'Ernest Johnson looks to be the running back 2 right now for Jacksonville. And the last one that we have for tonight, Jalen Warren or DeAndre Swift in the flex. I'm still going DeAndre Swift.
Still Swift for me as well.
All right, guys. A couple notes. We have some tailgates that happen every Thursday and Monday. Make sure you guys are checking those out. On Thursday, I host that and usually have another guest with me. It's been a lot of fun this season, talking start sits, getting your week launched. And on this past week's, Han jumped on and we talked about how DK Metcalf was going to have his game, and he most certainly did. So make sure you guys are tuning in. That's one of the better starts that shows that is out there, especially on the Thursday night. We bring our beer, we bring, Billy he brings his wine, and we have a good time, and we get those start sits in on Thursday. And then on Monday night as well, check out those tailgates. It's been a great time getting all of it in. So tune in 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the Player Profiler channels Thursday and Monday for the tailgate shows. All right. And one last word for Richard before we go. Hey, now I got to make the playoffs so I can beat Billy again. And the wife wants to make it clear so that we co-manage the Listener League.
Have fun on the outside looking in, Richard. You're going to lose.
All right. Well, that is it for tonight. Best of luck to everyone with their week 13. Any last words from Billy?
Oh, that's it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I think that's it. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to bed, Bradley.
All right. Till next time, everyone. Good luck in the fantasy streets.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you, allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.